The time is now with Back to the Rhymes. It's like, wow, he's back to the rhymes. I'm in the booth straight dropping dimes. Clark Kent, Daily Planet, the Metropolis Times. I write these raps while I'm under the gun. I see you back to get you some. A little bit of this and a little bit of that. Pure, raw, uncut rap. Back to the rhymes. Now's the time. Time to unwind because back to the rhymes. Back to the rhymes. Now's the time. Time to unwind because it's back to the rhymes. Why didn't I do this? Why did I do that to myself? I have that light. That little irritating light. Well, let me try putting these glasses on. Hold on. See if that helps. I had a good thumbnail. That explains my frustration for this mouse right here. You got to touch it a certain kind of way. That's why everything I recorded last week disappeared because it wouldn't. I couldn't get it to stop. It's still funky. I couldn't get it to stop recording. It didn't matter what I did. Let me try this. I'm gonna fix this on the fly. So I had to delete it. My wife and I are having a major heated discussion there. In the middle of the night, trying to get the YouTube to stop. I couldn't get it to start over. Crazy. Look at that. Hold on. I think this is going to work. Maybe. This is so bad that I have to do these kind of things. Oh, good. Look at that. Don't need that. All right. I had a good meeting with Joseph, but let me get my list out. Let me get my list out. Jeff, you're not ready for your show. Yeah, it's a behind the scenes show. You get to see behind the scenes live. Oh, why am I doing that? I got my actual list right here. My big list. Hold on. It's number one, School Us album sales right here. Not a lot of action. I changed my schedule. Therefore, I'm not seeing necessarily my regular folks I've seen for 5 years because I'm doing 5 different routes. One of them is my old route. I guess I did it 3 times last week, but it does change things for me, which is fine. That's not an accident. So no sales this week, partially because I'm now promoting. I will get to it later. So this is the week I'm gonna get a lot done with my Reformation music video. I'm off this week. Noah's available to help me. He wants to show me how to do some editing, maybe put that software on my computer. Hopefully it's not too heavy, doesn't cause too many problems in the house. And I think I can, by the end of this week, have that finished. And like I said, I think I'm gunning for a CD release party. I'd say, I'd like to say Veterans Day, but something's going on. I know I have, number 6 meeting, Veterans Day, I believe. So we'll see. But that's going to get done. Let me continue. So you will be glorified. I didn't go to church this week. The Japanese service has decided it's every other week, so that's fine. But next week, maybe that'll come up. I'm not pushing hard for it, but I think I can get back on that a little bit. So a big one's YouTube channel. So I met with Joseph today for a couple hours, my coworker, and he is really seriously set up for the visual arts. And it's going to be big. It's going to be very helpful for me. I hope to help him as a subject, help build his portfolio, and we can just mutually benefit each other, which is what I've always been interested in, which is really all I'm interested in. I'm not, I can't really build people from where I'm at anyway, but isn't that the most exciting, satisfying way to grow is I bring what I have to the table, you bring what you have to the table, and let's build something. Not you charge me, I charge you. Let's collaborate, and because if you're really tight with funds, like someone like myself is, that's what I have to offer is my God-given talent and what little time I have available. And what he has to offer is he's got a background and he's self-educating himself in addition to some of the stuff he's done in community college, and he's acquired lots of equipment. So he's building a storehouse of things for video that's really going to be amazing. So what he said, and I think I mentioned this last week, is step one, get the Instagram account. I said I did set it up. I failed in getting it called Mike Dynamic. It has my name. It says you can change it under profile. I can't even figure out how to use it. So I'll text him after the show, I believe. But that was his assignment, my homework. So Noah's homework for me is, we're both, that's good. I got to do something here. And that's something I can manage. But why is it? I download the app and I look at what I believe is something like a homepage, and I can't see anything to push. There's nothing to work. There's nothing to do. There's nothing to touch. There's nothing to do. Well, Jeff, you're supposed to watch a YouTube video. You're supposed to go on Google and search. What do I do if I can't? This isn't how I operate. I don't understand that kind of stuff. So he's willing to show me, and he's suggests I do it. And that's going to be the portal, basically. That's where you enter into my world. When I'm talking about what I'm doing, I will say, go to Instagram, Mike Dynamic, and there's some other dude who calls himself Mike Dynamic, and he's not really doing anything. So we're going to co-opt that because it's me who's Mike Dynamic, and I don't know what he's trying to do. So I'm taking that over, and we're going to have content. So Joseph's got a master plan, and I'm going to follow right along. So what today we're doing is he was just doing some taking some photos with some lighting, and it looks fabulous. So, and he did some post-production after the photos, and they're great. So those will be coming soon enough. So that's great, because what that's going to be is Instagram, because I have a CD, and I can still promote that, but I have YouTube, I have mostly YouTube and a website, but it's YouTube, right? So I guess he mentioned having 30-second clips. So what I could foresee doing is taking 30-second clips from my YouTube show, editing it, and posting it on Instagram. And that would be kind of cool. And I said, what's the difference between that and, say, TikTok? And he said that TikTok's for kind of, I think it's just random stuff that takes off, it goes viral, whereas Instagram's more professional. It's people who are visual artists go to it and post, photographers, professionals, and it's just done it's better for commercial application, basically. Rules of engagement, nothing to say about that. Bellevue Ballers, and I want to talk to him about this because he's talking about doing photo shoots for products and things like that, and I think we should be able to work together on that possibly too. It's just, like I said, there's a lot that we can do. Merch, I have to get on that this week, but like I said, the two things ahead of that, really I got to get this done. The merchandise, I better make a phone call this week. If I don't write that on my hand, I won't do it, possibly. So Don's Group Attire, DGA. So call them when they're open and go from there. Trump's gonna thump. I don't know. I just get tired thinking about all this stuff. Go on there and do, go on the Library of Congress and get copyright for your video, maybe. So complete songs I made lyrics for on YouTube. So up ahead is, I'll be doing that with Joseph too, is to do a Back to the Rhymes. I anticipate doing a Back to the Rhymes video first. That's my first goal if we're gonna have a single. But he's like building it, he wants to build the site, get some content, get everything set up, and then we could start doing that. And he's got equipment to make music videos easy. He can do it all. It's gonna be amazing. All right, so that's it. I don't have to go crazy on that. The latest current events. I just think in general, I'm seeing more and more people. I'm talking to more and more people who weren't really interested in politics, who are interested. Different things. I've heard a couple people say, like, Trump getting kicked off Twitter really woke them up. Because how do you kick someone off Twitter for what when they're the president? That just doesn't compute. If you're if you're a political operative, it works great for you. But if you're semi-objective, you would say, I don't particularly like Obama or Hillary or Biden, but do I think they should get kicked off Twitter? No. So who would defend kicking Trump off Twitter because you're not intelligent enough to discern whether what he's saying is accurate or not? So they want to protect the ignorant person by having it unavailable, because you're not going to be able to make those. You're not going to have the intelligence to discern or do research to find out what they're saying is not accurate. That you just need to be protected from them. And I was just thinking, in like Canada, they have hate speech laws, and I don't think we have that here, but you hear about that kind of stuff. And a fellow I was talking to, John, who I'm going to have on, we're going to do not this next song, but the next one. I want to bring him in. I want to write that song with them. It's going to be good. But and he can rap and he can freestyle. But he was talking about the pastor in Canada getting jailed for 6 years. This is real, That's real persecution. You don't hear about it. Why would you hear about it? People just need to disappear, right? So little by little. So that's all. Like I said, people are waking up. They have no choice. Or people are going to sleep more and more, which is kind of what my next song will be. How far am I on this? I think I want to get through this today. 4 more lines, and I'll get on to the next song. All right, sorry to anybody who doesn't like that. Got to touch this mouse just right. Okay, here we go. Now look at all this time I'm giving myself. More than 15 minutes to write, so that's good. Ain't enough to get me over. It's enough to keep me going. Rolling hills up ahead, up and down. That's how I'm growing. In these times, I keep in mind the gifts and talents I've been given. Though not clear, I use my ear to make these moves and make a living. Though not enough to get me over, still enough to keep me going. The love I feel is for real. And that's for sure that I'm knowing that it's worth my time in these times. There ain't nothing that it's showing an appreciation for that love. And I commit to keep it rolling. It's enough. It's enough. That's right. Actually, I have to make this two verses. Let me see how long this verse takes, because I have to have 3 verses. It's too fast. Ain't enough to get me over. It's enough to keep me going, working through the ebbs and flows that this life keeps on throwing. Start stating here in this year 21, going get me some. no attraction, no relaxing grow. The whole thing springs from nothing into something. See, like that was just 30 seconds. There's no way I have a song, with that kind of a hook. I have my next songs really burned into my brain, so I'm not gonna forget them. So I'm gonna have no choice but to make 3 to 4. I mean, this thing's got to at least be my minimum. Here's how I do things because there's skits when you listen to CDs, and back in the day, and especially because when you used to have albums, you never had skits. You make a CD, 17 tracks, and all of a sudden there were skits and short little things. I never counted a song unless it went over a minute 30, and I have a kind of a weak spot that if it's less than 2 minutes, it's anyway. 2 minutes to me is a minimum length of a song, so I couldn't have a song that was less than 2 minutes. And that's going back in the day. And there were songs back in the 50s and whatnot that were like, maybe a little less than 2 minutes, but they're up tempo and they're short and they get there, but that's how it is. All right. So I don't know why I did that. Okay. Looks at things, all kind of things, springs from nothing into something. Spring waters rise, got my eyes. See, you don't get too predictable, right? Come on, eyes on the prize. Got my eyes on the prize. You know that? Spring waters rise. Got my eyes fixated on the big, big. Okay, so it's very predictable to say prize. And I'll listen to songs sometimes that I never heard before and try to predict what they're going to say. And oftentimes it's right. It's kind of interesting to do. But here you can't do that. I can't do that. It's a little too predictable. All right, so let me think about this. Spring water springs from nothing. The looks of things, all kinds of things, springs from nothing. And the sun, the spring waters rise. Got my eyes fixated. Big, big. Fixated on the big, big time. Big, big time to go. So I'm playing around a little bit. See here, I'm kind of ending the verse and starting the next line. Sorry, not verse, but line. Man, part of my challenge is I do feel fatigue. It is what it is. I got to push through that. Fixated on the big, big time to go. This I know. The goal is to grow. Grow and grow and grow. Grow and grow and grow. All right, so what I'll do, what's that song? Top of the world, baby. Top of the world. That's Big Pun. That's good. The goal is to grow and grow and grow. You just say for sure it's enough. Oh, it's enough. That's right. Okay, let's do this. I'm gonna recite it again. See, let me time it for two verses, and then we'll go from there. Ain't enough to get me over, it's enough to keep me going. Rolling hills up ahead, up and down is how I'm flowing. In these times, I keep in mind the gifts and talents I've been given. Though not clear, I use my ear to help make moves and make a living. Though not enough to get me over, still enough to keep me going. The love I feel is for real, that's for sure. That I'm knowing that it's worthy of my time. And these dimes ain't for nothing, and it's showing an appreciation for that love. I commit to keep it rolling. It's enough. Oh, it's enough. That's right. Ain't enough to get me over, it's enough to keep me going, working through these ebbs and flows that this life keeps on throwing. Staying here in this year 21, going to get me some more traction, no relaxing, grow the whole and get it done. No, not enough to get me over, still enough to keep me going. The looks of things, the kind of thing, springs from nothing into something. Spring waters rise, got my eyes fixated on the big time. I'm gonna have to fix this. To go, this I know, the goal's to grow and grow and grow. I lost my way. Oh no. Still enough to keep me going. Looks at things, all kind of things. Springs from waters, springs from nothing into sun. Spring waters rise. Got my, yeah, see that. I had a good thing going though. I proved it. So now I'm going to have to really edit this. Springs from nothing into sun. Spring waters rise. Got my eyes fixed on the big. Fixated on. That's too wordy. Fixed on the big time to go. Time the big time to go. Big time to go. This I know. The goal is to grow and grow and grow. Okay, let me redo this. Hold on. Let me make sure it sounds right. Ain't enough to get me over, it's enough to keep me going, working through the ebbs and flows that this life keeps on throwing. Staying here in this year 21, gonna get me some more traction, no relaxing, grow the whole and get it done. Though not enough to get me over, still enough to keep me going. Looks at things, all kind of things, springs from nothing into something. Spring waters rise. Got my eyes fixed on the big time to go. This I know the goals are to grow and grow and grow. For sure, it's enough. Oh. It's enough. That's right. So that's fine. Yeah, we're gonna do another verse. Let me work on it. Man, I got tripped up right there. Verse 3. Let's see, write it out. Enough to keep me going. I was thinking of something related to that, and I forgot what I was going to say about it. Let me think if I can remember. Um, okay, ain't enough to get me over. It's enough. Ain't enough to get me over. It's enough to keep me going. Get me over. It's enough to keep you can't. It's hard to write over. OVA. No, I just write over. But going, I can write that. I don't need to write going. It's enough to keep me going. The sowing and seeding. What was that? That was a hand slammer, I hope. The sowing and seeding. The sowing and seeding keeps me even. No. Keeps on feeding. Keep on feeding. Keep on feeding the fire that sowing and seeding. Keep on feeding. Sowing and seeding. Keep on feeding the fire that. I mean, it's so predictable. Fire and perspire, right? Did they have that on Nat King Cole? What is it? Chestnuts roasting, right? So and I say in my Reformation, the plumes of desire, the crackle of fire. So that's a rhyme I've already used. So his scene keeps on feeding the fire. Keeps on feeding the fire in the bowels of my belly. And not to get me over, it's enough to keep me going. So on the scene keeps me feeding the fire in the bowels of my belly. That doesn't sound good. So on the scene keeps me feeding the fire. The fire season, the season. The fire season, right? The sowing and seeing keeps me feeding the fire season, the season. Feeding and season, but it works. See that's rhyming, right? Is it a rhyme? But it works. It's not exactly a rhyme, but it works. Ain't enough to get me over. It's enough to keep me going. Sowing and seeding, keep me feeding the fire. Feeding the fire, season to season. The sowing and seeding, keep me feeding the fire, season to season. I'm going to have to fix that. In season and out of season. In out of season. Next time, back to the rhymes.